Welcome back to you, Bubblegum Sugar Lips. I have my Pokemon hat on, got my straight back. We're going to be speaking about more lottery tickets, the Atropa ecosystem. So there is Atropa, pDAI, and Teddy Bear. Okay, so firstly, none of this is financial advice. Okay, if you buy, that's on you. Okay, go buy government bonds, go seek a financial advisor. So the whole point of exploring lottery tickets is to try get leverage on crypto going up in an intelligent way where you don't have a liquidation point. If you do leverage the old-fashioned way, the dangerous way, right? The dangerous leverage, you're playing with money that you don't own. That's why you do 10x leverage. It goes, oh, how much collateral do you have? 10 grand? Okay, control 100 grand. But if it goes down 10%, you've lost all your 100 grand, okay? So that's why we're trying to look for these lottery tickets to try participate on the upside of a recovery of an ecosystem. For example, like PulseChain. Now, the roots of this has happened all in crypto, friends. So altcoins are betting on the recovery of Bitcoin, right? Going to the all-time high. That's what we're here for. And in recent times, we saw BONK do a 100x when SOLANA, Sol, only did a 5x. So BONK was the leverage unicorn winner on Solana, the meme coin that went up. There were other coins that went up as well, but BONK obviously took the world by storm with that. So one of the things I did recently, right? I've been recently DCA buying pDAI and Atropa, and I'm going to show you the charts here. Now, just caveat, okay? When you come across anybody on crypto, friends, anybody in crypto, Twitter, YouTube, me in a future video, do not FOMO buy anything. Put it on a freaking chart, and I'm going to show you right now. Put it on a chart, change it to a weekly, okay? You change it to a weekly chart and zoom out, all right? This is actually a daily chart to make it look nicer. And what I will do is look at the ratio pricing of it, because I want to know, based off a bigger spear coin, okay, it could be Bitcoin, could be Ethereum, in this case it's PulseChain, are we cheap or expensive? That's what you want to do. If that's too complicated for you, it shouldn't be, friends. You should be doing this, okay? If you want to actually win in this game, you got to do these things. But if you don't want to do that, you can just use normal USD pricing, okay? So whenever you watch this, I'm just reporting this to you. You go, okay, this thing has not had these big giant spikes. So this is interesting to me. When I came into crypto, all right, I know you like coming. It's a family-friendly show. Make sure you like, subscribe. I don't like seeing these. See these green, big fat green candles? I don't like this at all. This means expensive to me, okay? But what I've noticed is with you guys, not my baby doll cult members, not everybody here, but everyone else in crypto, when they see these green candles, they think, wow, it's my opportunity to get rich. No. It's the people who are already in, their opportunity to get rich. As you see, even when it came like here, bang. Okay, so this is just the nature of markets. As things go up, we think things are more cheap. So that's why I'm giving you warnings. I'm going to keep giving you warnings. You must always look at the chart price. There is no automatic FOMO buy price. And something you'll notice with me when I talk about lottery tickets is, look, I've drawn a rectangle here. So what I've shown is basically, go look, if we go outside of this rectangle, I don't want to touch it. You know, because look, if you buy, let's say above this rectangle in the middle of the zone, to the very top, you're just getting a 2x. You may as well go buy something else on the floor. That's how I think about it. Now, when it comes to pDAI and Atropa ecosystem, okay, they're deep in the buy zones, which is what I've just shown you, okay, and they are both linked together. There is also a third coin, Teddy Bear, but there's a problem with it. It's already flushed up plus 500%. You know, it's funny when I speak to people, even my friends and family, my close friends and family friends in our private WhatsApp groups, my friends who just don't even look at crypto more than once every 6 months, they don't want to touch the cheap stuff. They want to go buy Teddy Bear because it's up 500%. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no, bro, you got to understand. Like, the cheap stuff is cheap. You understand? Cheap, expensive. But I know why everybody gets trapped over and over again, okay? So in a nutshell, what I've drawn is, this is Atropa, okay? It's on PulseChain, and this is pulse pricing, the ratio pricing. And the goal is, and you never really know this, friends, the goal is you're looking at the market cap on the far right, you see this 4.8 million. And this, you got to do this is how you work through your way through the bull market. You go, okay, this thing is 5 million now. The PulseChain ecosystem is 2.5 billion with a B, right? If we do a 10x and everything's worth 25 billion, is it wild to think that this could be 100 million? It's not that wild to think so. But look, you can't just do this with every coin. There has to be a community there. And all you need to do is go to Twitter, type in the $Atropa or the $pDAI, pDAI, or the $Teddy Bear. you will find a lot of people tagging in the community in PulseChain. It really is, that's right. It's leverage on the PulseChain ecosystem. And it's probably the premier, and it is the highest value meme coin subculture in PulseChain itself. You know, like, so there's BONK to SOLANA. SHIB obviously became the Ethereum one. SHIB got so big, they made their own chain, right? There's meme coins in every single chain. Everyone wants to be the premier meme coin, right? You have ordinals on Bitcoin. So everyone wants to be the big thing for their chain, okay? Now, when it comes to Atropa, the whole goal is deploying Pulse. You don't have to do this. It's always better with fresh money, okay? But the whole goal with any of these is buying low, selling high. That's it. You buy from pessimists, sell to optimists. You hope that if there's a PulseChain recovery, this is leverage on the whole ecosystem. Just like how I've already made my video, ICSA is leverage on Hex recovery because it's an expansion pack for the Hex staking system. We make the stakes more liquid. You can do NFTs and bonding and all these other cool features, okay? But it relies obviously on Alex continuing to upgrade the protocol, okay? So for Atropa, this is how, like, some people always say to me, well, I know this personally, friends. I know there are influencers, they made 100x on Ethereum in the last cycle. And you're probably wondering, like, how do they make 100x on Ethereum in the last cycle when Ethereum only did a 50x from the bottom to the top, and they didn't even get those extreme prices? Well, what happened was, in the beginning of Bitcoin halving year, they deployed their Ethereum. So let's say you had one Ethereum, and it was $200. They deployed it into like a DeFi protocol before we even knew what it was. Okay, they bought early Uniswap stuff, early 2020, and then that gave a 10x on their Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum was moving sideways. They deployed their Ethereum, and then the poop coin they're in went a 10x. They retrieved 10 Ethereum back to their wallet, and they told everybody it was the future of finance. A lot of scum people did this in 2020. They just dumped on everyone, and they just held that Ethereum. Now remember, they had one Ethereum. Now at the end of 2020, they have 10 Ethereum, and Ethereum went to $4,000. Remember, they started with literally like $200. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So Ethereum did a 10x after they rotated. Okay, so that's how they put in a lot of money. They went from $200 to 40K. It made like 100 to 200x. That's exactly what happened. The total distance of it. So the goal is to accumulate more ETH. You know, some people accumulate more Bitcoin, some people accumulate more houses or more gold or everything else. So when you're looking at this, it's the same game. The game is buy somewhere here. Okay, now I'm not going to use this bottom tick price because it can always go lower. I'm going to start, right, my measuring tool. I'm going to start my measuring tool from like all the way at the top of this range, okay? And I'm just going to go up. If this is able to break up here, right, that's like a 5.7x on your pulse. You see, it's a ratio. So effectively, if you made let's say 5x on your pulse, and PulseChain does 10x, you will get 5 times 10, which is 50 times. That's how you make a 50x in something that never really went 50x. But of course, you know, you need everything to line up. You need to go up, you need to rotate, and then you need to not touch it. You need to leave it in PulseChain. What actually happens with most people is they keep deploying it around, and they end up buying the top in something else. That's what usually happens, okay? So it's the same story for the pDAI chart as well. pDAI, you notice it's the same thing. I mean, even if you got in around here up the top to 5x, imagine it goes higher. Now, of course, there's a lot of controversy with it, but I like buying depression, okay? Depressions. There are people ask me good questions like, hey, how can we change your mind? How can we change your mind? Okay. 1, it's a Bitcoin halving year. So everything that didn't work in 2022 and 2023, yeah, throw that out, okay? Number 2, minus 90% down. That's why I always check, okay, did this thing tap 90%? Okay, this went minus 94%. And it's down, you know, it just taps it. You need it to just go down that far. That means everybody's been rinsed out, okay? The third thing is rounded bottom. All right, so yeah, it's been sitting around a while, and there you go. And number 4, it's 4 and 5 together. I want the market cap to be low, and I want there to be an active community. I just want people believing in it. And there are, okay, there are. You can type in pDAI, there's Twitter accounts, pDAI to $1 and all these things, okay? So all of it is linked through the Atropa ecosystem. It's all like liquidity linked. You can go deeper in the rabbit hole, friends. I've seen some people, there's some like weird bot girl or something on Telegram. You can go explore all these, but at the end of the day, it's the same game. People want story, narrative, memes. It's leverage on the ecosystem, okay? And that's all you're looking for. So, I mean, this is really lucrative, even if it works out. You're not even getting anything special. You're just going back to where it was before, okay? So, obviously, this is pDAI. I call it pDAI. You just type in literally DAI on PulseChain. And just as a reminder, if you want to buy these, you go to the bottom right on Deck Screener and just press on this button. And that's the address that you will paste in. And I want to let you know, the website I use is app.piteas.io, because this is a DEX aggregator on PulseChain. So it just grabs the liquidity from all the places you want. You can see our pDAI is entering here. Now, friends, remember, it's leverage on the ecosystem on PulseChain recovering. So that's why it's risky, right? So like BONK, for example, you could buy BONK all day, but what if Solana never recovered? You know, I know for a fact there are people in Phantom Chain, in Cardano, XRP, there are people who've bought their subculture meme coins. They're still holding them. There's Polkadot meme coins. There are people still waiting for them to have their turn, and they just haven't gone yet. It's just that what happens to all the suckers, the exit liquidity comes and jumps in at the back end of the move. Right now, everybody's buying a $90, $100 SOL, think it's going $1,000. Okay, so that's how everybody gets wrecked in that. All right. So I've shown you two charts. So I'm just going to repeat to you the charts. Look at this. See how this is cheap. Okay, this is cheap. This is cheap. Right, they're dead on the floor. Now I'm going to show you Teddy Bear. You see Teddy Bear from the low already went up 500%. Some people like playing momentum, okay? Now, friends, remember, I'm speaking to you as if you're my own friends and family. And I don't want to ever talk about anything that just, if it doubles, it's too expensive. I don't like that, okay? I don't like speaking about that. Like Bitcoin, for example, okay, 2x, too expensive, okay? Because what you'll find is people just they haven't disconnected from value in their mind, right? They still think it's value, even at a 2x and beyond. And so you got to be really careful when it comes to these. So that's why on my charts, I'll draw these rectangle zones. So if you're watching this in the future and something is outside of the rectangle zone, don't touch it. Okay, you don't have to get FOMO for anything. So I don't care who the community is, what the product does. I don't care, man. Everything can be too cheap and everything can be too expensive. Okay, the world is grey. It's not just full black and white. Okay, there's things that, you know, could be super great company, but the shares are too expensive. All right, it's the same thing with everything else, and same thing when it comes to meme coins. And we know from Metcalfe's law, there are people constantly joining in, so you can get fundamental valuations from these, but you can't get real specific numbers. You really just have to take a punt. It's Bitcoin halvening year. Okay, that's all it really comes down to. So what I've mentioned here as well, okay, there is no guarantee, okay? And as well, I want to mention to you, Teddy Bear, right, had already flushed up. So what do? Well, it's up to you, okay? It's up to you. Personally, it's just me. I like buying the cheap stuff, okay? Even if they never recover too much. I feel better in case it crashes. So Atropa, lottery ticket, and pDAI, lottery ticket, okay? If you were able to get in Teddy Bear, it doesn't mean sell. I'm not saying sell. I'm just saying you don't have to allocate everything into there. If you still want to be a part of everything, because maybe Teddy Bear you think has the momentum, you could just go 1/3 each. And you just go, there you go. I'll see what happens. Trust me, friends. I've seen this too many times. Do not pick one. When I come across these, I promise you, I have so many regrets, man. Friends, let me tell you something. In 2020, I was watching Chico Crypto. I put like 14 bullets into XDAI chain, and I put 1 bullet into Matic. Okay, I have complete regrets about that still to this day. If I did 50-50, remember Matic went like 150x or something, okay? It went huge. My 1 bullet grew infinitely bigger than XDAI from Matic. So I learned from that. I go, you know what? I'm not taking any chances ever again, man. Whenever someone says to you, hey, these are the competition, just get them all, man. You just never know. You'll have full regrets if you get it wrong. And the thing is, they kind of just go up together anyway, but it's never as easy as you think. So, of course, got to remind you again, once again, the risks. You know me, friends, I always talk about the risks. There is risks, man. Like, what if PulseChain doesn't move until April 2025? You're literally just sitting in this forever. That's why lottery tickets, you know, it is what it is, okay? And you need PulseChain to recover. But these things could move without it. Remember, cycle 1 coins, right? If it's a new coin, they can disconnect from the spears because people don't know how to value it. The community is new and fresh. That's why you have an advantage with new things, even if they're meme coins, okay? So because they're very low market cap, I can see how they all grow 20x from here. If you assume one day that PulseChain ecosystem, which is Pulse, PulseX, and Hex, grows to just 15 billion valuation today, which is just a 5x. Remember, PulseChain launched at 15 billion, okay? So here I am just showing you the pictures, 10x on your pulse, 8.6x on your pulse. So that's what you might do. For example, someone might say, hey, I'm putting 10 million in, right? For example, 10 million in, and let's say it grows a 5x. Now you have, if you were to sell all of it, it's 50 million pulse. But you might say, you know what? I'm going to get back 25 million pulse and just leave the rest and see where we are if PulseChain moves again in 12 months or if Bitcoin is 80K, right? And that point, you've retrieved your core and more. You've got more pulse back. You've made more pulse out of it, and you're playing with house money at that point. That's one way to do it. You don't have to do it like that, but just showing you that there are alternatives. Because I don't know, a lot of you friends, a lot of you just said to me, man, I've put way too much money in fiat in. I can't take it anymore. I know. But you have an opportunity if you wanted to rotate. I'm not saying to, but if you want to rotate, if you say, hey, I've got like some people out here have like 100 million pulse, for example, you might say, okay, I'm going to take 10 million and put it into like 20 lottery tickets, 500K pulse each. Okay, that's one potential method to do, but that's emergency. Okay, the best thing to do is to bring fresh fiat from your bank account and throw it in, because that way you basically almost can't lose if things go up in general. So friends, just a friendly reminder, right? So Teddy Bear got famous because Mr. IMB Roots here, I think he spoke about it on Crypto Banter show, and people came in, he's onboarding people, and the teddy bear, the meme in the picture is actually strong. Why? Because, Richard Hart has a teddy bear. They've got like a Louis Vuitton bear, for example, but they're all part of the Atropa ecosystem. So they're all liquidity linked. They just don't all move in unison one for one. They're all kind of like under this umbrella, etc. So I don't know how it's all going to work out, but no one really does. Okay, like BONK went 100 to 300x. You needed SOLANA to go up. You see what I mean? That's why these lottery tickets, if you're lazy, you don't want to participate in them, that's fair enough. But we're here 18 hours a day. We're here trying to say, okay, can I see a path where this is the leverage on the ecosystem winning and going up further? And trust me, the market caps are so small. I hope my resistances are like PTSD from last year, because in a bull market, cycle one stuff could just blow through resistances like you've never ever seen. It just keeps going and going and going, and you can have like a final 3x month that just blows everyone out of the water. So you even go to the comment sections to show you, right? See all the teddy bears and all the memes, see friends, just showing you, right? This is like research. You get to see, wow, there are people shilling over and over and over again, right? So Bear, pDAI, going to kill it this cycle. This is what you want to see, okay? So this is, I know this is funny to people in stock market world. There are many posts, okay, that I have as well. Like, for example, this one, this is Mr. Ochin. Ochin said, what changed your heart? I see it as who else could have created the wallet 2 days ago, but he can't speak English properly. I love you, sir. Keep trying, okay? So I mentioned the 4 conditions, right? It's Bitcoin halving year. We've had a 90% drop, rounded bottom, low market cap. Like, you don't need to think about it too much. Yes, you notice utility, product market fit. If you think about these, you're going to get wrecked, friends. Like, let me show you one of the best inventions in crypto from 2022. It was GMX. Now, GMX is basically the decentralized perpetual swap trading. You can trade futures, etc. But like, look what you're just sitting through, right? Because it's $500 million market cap. It just grew. You know what I mean? There you go. So it's just gone sideways. Actually, it's done nothing. I think, actually, fun enough, I'm not joking. I made a post here. When did Crypto Banter Ran make a video on GMX? It was literally here. I think it was actually this spike here. And look, it just dropped 65%. So you see, this is like freaking, this is a long time, man. It's been going sideways for 777 days. So you see a great invention, and just to tell you something, too many mid-curves, just learn from your friend Tommy here, okay? I learned in 2021 because I had portfolio allocations everywhere. The things that you think have utility, like trading, futures, exchanges, privacy, no one cares about them, okay? They don't buy them. People don't get emotionally excited for them. There's no demand for that. And look at this. This will happen with GMX. GMX is profitable, uses the Chainlink protocol. It's amazing. It's been forked. Buck from the PulseChain ecosystem, he forked it with like PHUX or whatever, and Fame, whichever one it is. See what I mean? It's like, it's really good tech, but it doesn't get people excited. It just doesn't get people excited. There's no communities forming around this tech, and it's smart, man. The market is smart. The market knows these 1 million community members can just copy paste your code and just give it to themselves, and then they can onboard all the valuations. They don't need to go join your community. Okay, so that's in a nutshell why you're seeing the market constantly move like a seesaw. Like, oh, why is it giving valuation to meme coins? And this thing that's useful, that makes money, why isn't it getting valuation? Now you know. So there you go, friends. So that's what I've done, right? So I've bought Atropa, pDAI. You can get some teddy bear as well. Maybe they don't go up. who knows, right? You're betting on the leverage of the ecosystem of the recovery, and it can go a long way if it works out. Okay, so by the way, this is your real competitive edge in crypto. I hate to say it, like the big name stuff that we all know about, there's no edge there, friends, because we're buying multi-billion-dollar valuations. How high can they possibly go? Yes, I know we all want to believe market cap doesn't matter, and they can go trillions. Yeah, they can, but they're not, because it's going to be always incentive for someone to go make a new coin. Always. You know who said that, by the way? Richard Hart. I'm not joking. Go back to his very, very early videos. He made like this quote, I think it was a Twitter post or a video. He says, well, if Bitcoin is the way it is, as things keep growing bigger, people just keep having new incentives to make their own coins. He said that literally himself. I think it was when it was a Bitcoin Maxi. And it's true. Put in another way, why would I buy your 1 trillion valuation meme coin when I can just go make my one? The market will just happily go like, oh, there's growth potential over there. So everything's constantly splitting on itself. And that's why you see cycle 1 coins emerge, trying to ride behind the coattails of everything else, okay? Also, you know, Mr. PulseChain has asked, why go buy lotteries outside the PulseChain ecosystem as well? So by the way, this is within the PulseChain ecosystem, but just mentioning to you guys, I've replied, you just never know when it's your turn. It just helps to have lotteries in other places sometimes. You know, for example, look at SOLANA. Okay? I called SOLANA being contrarian. I just didn't know it would go before everything else. Okay, so you never really know, friends. I know in a perfect utopia world, you pick the coin that goes first and gets the biggest pump. You just never know, man. There's like a long list of stuff, and we're all praying that it's eventually our turn. Okay, so there you go. Make sure it's lottery ticket only. There's going to be more to come. It's going to keep hunting these, and we see what happens. Because as long as there's a margin of safety, it's a cheap price. I'm going to keep buying this stuff. Okay, as soon as they start getting expensive, no deal. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget to tell mum and dad we're wearing a Pokemon bucket hat. Catch you soon.